What's going on, guys? Sir Lewis here, the YouTuber that helps you, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you guys about the 3 top ETF stocks, and I think these will grow along the way for many years to come. And I'm just going to start off by saying I'm not a financial advisor, and this is something that you should take with thought and research a lot. This is just something in my opinion, and as you guys can see, I'm using a Webull, which is a broker. If you guys want to join Webull, you could just use my link and you'll be able to get like free stocks. And if you guys have Robinhood, you guys can also use my link. If you want to do a Robinhood, you can use my link in the description below. The reason why I like Webull is because Webull, it shows you the asset allocation for the ETF, which basically just tells you the stocks that ETF has, the percentage and all that stuff. So let's get on with the video. I'm gonna talk to you guys about the top 3 best ETF stocks in my opinion. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor, but let's get on. And the first one is called Driv. So Driv is DRIV, is this one right here, Driv. So you can get this on Robinhood and any broker app out there. I'm using Webull. So Driv right now is basically an ETF for electrical vehicles. If you're someone who believes that electrical vehicles are the future, this is definitely the ETF that you would want to have. As you guys can see, if you look at the chart, whichever broker app you guys have, it's just been going up, and I really think it's gonna go up more and more as we go on in the future, because Tesla is a huge company and there's gonna be other companies competing with it. So what I love about Webull is right here, if you scroll down, it tells you right here asset allocation, and it basically means where the most percentage of this ETF goes into. So these are not all of the stocks that this ETF has, the percentage, but these are just the most top percentages. So as you guys can see, the first one is Tesla with 4.55%, and then we have Qualcomm, Apple, NEO, which is a big one, Nvidia, Alphabet, which is Google, Toyota, Plug Power, which is a big one as well, and Microsoft, Samsung, and there's actually a lot more, but these are it. On Webull, it just tells you the top ones. The other ones are about like 1% or so like that. And what I love about this ETF, or ETFs in general, is that it's always updating, so you don't have to worry about the new upcoming best stocks. So if there's a stock that's doing really well, then this ETF will probably have it inside or take out the ones that are doing as well. So if you really believe that EV or electrical vehicles are just going to get hotter and hotter from now on, this is definitely an ETF you want to get, because it's just going to grow more and more as we get into the future, especially with Tesla being around 800 or more. There's going to be other stocks out there that are just going to compete and try to compete with Tesla, like NEO for example, or Lucid Motors, which will probably be in this ETF. I don't think it's in at the moment, but once it becomes a stock, it'll probably definitely be in this ETF. So it's great to have, because you can just buy the ETF and not worry about the individual stocks and which one is upcoming. So yeah, electrical vehicles future, definitely want to have DRIV, Driv. Alright, so moving on to the next ETF here, number 2, I have FIVG, 5G basically, and this is the next sector that I'm going to talk to you guys about. This ETF is basically ETF for 5G stocks. So if you think 5G is the future, if you think it's going to grow big and big, then this is definitely an ETF that you also want to have along with electrical vehicles. So right here, FIVG, 5G, as you guys can see, just is similar to the electrical vehicle stock. So you can see the chart, so you can see that it's just growing and growing, and it hasn't been going down in dips as much, as you guys can see in the chart, and it's pretty healthy. It looks pretty healthy. But let's look at the asset allocation. Let's see what this ETF is made out of, the high percentages. So we have analog devices. We have Qualcomm, which is the biggest one in my opinion for the 5G at the moment, and we have a bunch of other companies that we probably never heard of. We also have AT&T and some other ones. So you could probably have a dividend as well. If AT&T is here, then you probably have a small dividend for this. Let me check here just to make sure. Yeah, as you guys can see right there, there's a small dividend of 1.10, which is pretty good actually. It's probably going to grow more as the stock grows and grows. So yeah, 5G is definitely something that's going to be big. Apple already is talking about having it in all their phones, and I'm pretty sure all the other phones out there like Samsung are gonna have it. So it's definitely something you want to invest in here in 2020 to grow more and more throughout the years. So there you go. Number 2 is FIVG. And last but not least, we have here our last ETF stock here. In my opinion, will grow a lot, just like the other two, for the future. And as you guys can see, all these ETF stocks are around the same price range. And so the first one was around 26, I think 5G was around the same as this one, 36, and this one's also 36. And this one is called BOTZ, BOTZ. As you guys can already tell, you already know what it's about. This is, about robotics and AI basically, which is also growing big. And as you guys can see, all these ETFs, they're a certain sector, so they're gonna take all the stocks, the best stocks from that sector, and basically put it in one ETF together. So if you think all of these sectors are the future, then you should definitely be investing in it. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. You want to do some research and think for yourself, but I'm just giving you guys here my opinion. So as you guys can see, it's the same for all these stocks. All these ETFs that I showed you guys today is the same chart. As you guys can see, it's just going steady, and then it just pops up. Look at this right here. So it's just popping up, and there's no huge dips, right? You guys can see this for all these 3 ETF stocks. There's no huge dips after it pops up right here. And I just personally think this is gonna go up more and more, as we go on in the future, because AI and robotics is something that we hear all the time, as well with 5G and electrical vehicles as well as that. So let's look at the asset allocation here, what this ETF is made out of. So we first have Intuitive Surgical, which is 7%, pretty big. Nvidia, which is a really big one here, and then we have some other companies here. And then we have some other companies here that we probably never heard of, but this is definitely something that you want to get into if you believe in AI and robots and anything that has to do with that type of technology in that sector. If you believe that, then you definitely want to have this stock, especially now since it's pretty cheap. And coming at 36, the 52-week range is 14 to 36. So you guys can see it grew a lot throughout 2020, and it's going more for 2021. One thing that I love about Webull is, along with the asset allocation, you have here comments where everybody just talks about the stock that you're looking at. So if you don't have, maybe you might not know that much about the stock, you can just look at the comments and see what people are talking about here. And this is why I think Webull is different from other brokers, because it's basically like a social media and a stockbroker at the same time, right? So you guys can see, you can comment and you can see other people what they're talking about. So if you want to join Webull, just use my link and you'll be able to get a free stock, and maybe just like Robinhood, then you can use my link for that as well. So thank you guys so much. I'm also gonna make a Discord for my channel for talking about stocks and stuff like that. So look forward for that. I'm gonna make more videos about stock trading and the stock market as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Go follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and look out for the Discord so you guys can keep in touch and learn more about the stock market and what are the best stocks and like that. So thank you guys. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.